Microwave transmission lines. So in this next parameter, what we are going to study is line impedance and admittance. Already we know that what is impedance and admittance. So we impedance is Z and admittance Y. So impedance we have taken as R plus J omega L and admittance it is G plus J omega C. Here the what we are now going to study it is line impedance and admittance. Line impedance of a microwave transmission line is defined as the complex ratio of voltage at any point on the line to the current at that point. So is given by Z is equal to V of Z by I of Z. This line impedance at any point Z on the transmission line is given by, so you can see in the diagram we are having here generator end and the load end. So generator that is sending end, we can see in the sending side Vs and the current is Is, and the load side that is VL, and the length also you can see in the diagram. So already input impedance of a transmission line of length L is given by Z is equal to Z naught. So we derived this equation already. Same equation we need to consider. Z naught ZL cos H gamma L plus Z naught sin H gamma L divided by Z naught cos H gamma L plus ZL sin H gamma L. The line impedance Z is obtained by replacing L by Z. Therefore line impedance is Z is equal to Z naught ZL cos H gamma Z plus Z naught sin H gamma Z divided by Z naught H gamma Z plus ZL sin H gamma Z. So for a lossless line, already I told attenuation constant will be 0. Therefore gamma is equal to J beta and Z is equal to R naught. So cos H gamma Z is equal to cos H gamma value J beta into Z. So this will be cos beta Z. Similarly sin value will be J sin beta Z. So Z is equal to R naught ZL cos beta Z plus J R naught sin beta Z divided by R naught cos beta Z plus J ZL sin beta Z. Or Z is equal to R naught ZL plus J R naught tan beta Z. So if I take the common factor as cos in the numerator, so in second term sin beta Z by cos beta Z will be equal to tan beta Z. Similar denominator part also we have taken cos beta Z. So it will be R naught plus J ZL tan beta Z. Line impedance in terms of reflection coefficient or standing wave ratio. So these two equations also already we derived, that is V of Z is equal to VL ZL plus Z naught divided by 2 ZL e to the power of gamma Z plus reflection coefficient into e to the power of minus gamma Z, and I of Z is equal to IL ZL plus Z naught divided by 2 Z naught e to the power of gamma Z minus reflection coefficient into e to the power of minus gamma Z. So since VL is equal to IL into ZL, substitute in the equation IL ZL plus Z naught by 2 ZL e to the power of gamma Z plus deflection coefficient e to the power of minus gamma Z. So here ZL term will get cancelled. So V of Z is equal to IL by 2 ZL plus Z naught into e to the power of gamma Z plus gamma e to the power of minus gamma Z. So dividing equation 3 by 2 we get line impedance of Z. So Z is equal to V of Z by I of Z, and Z naught is into to the power of gamma Z plus reflection coefficient e to the power of minus gamma Z divided by e to the power of gamma Z minus reflection coefficient e to the power of minus gamma Z. Multiplying both numerator and denominator by e to the power of minus gamma Z. Therefore Z is equal to Z naught 1 plus e to the reflection coefficient e to the power of minus 2 gamma Z, and divided by 1 minus reflection coefficient e to the power of minus 2 gamma Z. So we have reflection coefficient is equal to magnitude of reflection coefficient into e to the power of J theta, and for the lossless line gamma is equal to only J beta and Z naught is equal to R naught. So we'll replace in the above equation. Z is equal to Z naught should be replaced by R naught, and 1 plus magnitude of reflection coefficient e to the power of J theta into e to the power of minus 2 J beta Z divided by 1 minus reflection coefficient e to the power of J theta into e to the power of minus J 2 beta Z. So z is equal to r naught 1 plus magnitude of deflection coefficient into angle of theta minus 2 beta z divided by 1 minus reflection coefficient angle of theta minus 2 beta z. The above equation gives the line impedance z in terms of reflection coefficient. So with using those equation, we next will come for the topic Smith chart. So this is a Smith chart. This is a graphical aid. We can draw the Smith chart problems using a Smith chart. Smith chart. What will we will get it? So Smith chart, it is a graphical aid for solving transmission line problems. Only transmission line problems only we can use for Smith chart. This is not like ordinary graph. So Smith chart consisting of both the resistance and the reactance circles and reactance. So Smith chart is a graphical aid for solving transmission line problems very easily, which would be tedious to solve by using a analytical method. So input impedance of a lossless line is Zs is equal to Z0 ZL plus J R naught tan beta Z divided by Z0 plus J ZL tan beta Z. So construction of Smith chart. Now this formula also we derived what we are seeing on the screen. Smith chart is constructed on the voltage reflection coefficient plane, that is on the reflection coefficient plane. Zs is equal to Z0 1 plus magnitude of reflection coefficient angle of theta minus 2 beta z divided by 1 minus reflection coefficient theta minus 2 beta z. The input impedance Zs when divided by Z0 is called normalized input impedance. So Zs by Z0 is equal to 1 plus reflection coefficient angle of theta minus 2 beta z divided by 1 minus reflection coefficient angle of theta minus 2 beta z. So let the normalized input impedance is given by Zs by Z0 is equal to R plus Jx. So resistance, R is a resistance and X is the reactance. The quantity magnitude of reflection coefficient theta minus 2 beta z is also a complex quantity, and let it will be denoted by U plus JV. So R by Jx is equal to 1 plus U plus JV divided by 1 minus U minus JV. So taking the conjugate of the term, I'll get R by Jx as 1 minus V square minus U square divided by 1 minus U whole square plus V square plus J 2V divided by 1 minus U whole square plus V square, equating the real and imaginary part. R is equal to 1 minus V square minus U square 1 minus U whole square plus V square, and X is equal to 2V by 1 minus U whole square plus V square. So constant resistance circle. So we got it as R is equal to 1 minus V square minus U square divided by 1 minus U square plus V square. So cross multiplying the terms, you will get U square 1 plus R minus 2UR plus V square into 1 plus R is equal to 1 minus R, dividing throughout by 1 plus R. So U square minus 2U into R by 1 plus R plus V square is equal to 1 minus R divided by 1 plus R. So completing the square by adding R by 1 plus R square on both the sides. So you can see in the diagram I added in both the sides. So we can take this U square minus 2U R divided by 1 plus R by R by 1 plus R whole square as U minus R by 1 plus R whole square plus V square, and here I will take the LCM. So R square will get cancelled, and the term is 1 divided by 1 plus R whole square. So the remaining term is U minus R by 1 plus R whole square plus V square is equal to 1 divided by 1 plus R whole square. Above equation represent the equation of a circle of radius 1 by 1 plus R and the center at R by R plus 1 plus R comma 0. This equation actually represents normalized resistance circle, which is as shown in the figure. So you can see in the Smith chart, circle, it shows the normal radius axis, that is radius. So you can see R is equal to 2, so R is equal to 1, R is equal to 0.5, R is equal to 0.4 and R is equal to 0. So these are the resistance circles. And we will coming for the reactance. Reactance X is equal to 2V by 1 minus U square plus V square. Again here cross multiplying. So the term will be U minus 1 whole square plus V square minus 2V by X is equal to 0. completing the square by adding 1 by x on both the sides. So u minus 1 whole square plus v minus 1 by x whole square is equal to 1 by x whole square. This equation is the equation of a family of circles called as constant reactance circles, which radius is equal to 1 by x and the center is 1 comma 1 by x as shown in the figure. So we can see in the diagram reactance 2.0, 2.0 and 1, 1 and 0.5 and 0.5. These are the reactance circles. The superposition of the constant resistance circle and the constant reactance circle forms Smith chart. So if we are going to solve any Smith chart problem, means we'll have one resistance value and reactance value. The intersection of both the resistance and the reactance, or this called as only the forms a Smith chart. The superposition, we are combining both resistance and the reactance. The superposition of those circles only, it is called as Smith chart.